For UFC 6, our ambition with game modes is to deliver an experience that deepens your connection to the fighters and the sport, taking you beyond the fight in the octagon through the life and career of a fighter. The Legacy is an all-new narrative prologue built around Chris Carter's journey to the UFC, a refreshed career mode that lets players forge a more choice-driven legacy of their own. And Hall of Legends, a one-of-a-kind immersive experience where players can explore the stories of 3 UFC icons. Before the lights and the glory of the UFC, there is a journey, and the Legacy is where it all begins. This is a new narrative prologue that spans 3 phases of Chris Carter's career, from a decorated collegiate wrestler all the way to the biggest stages in combat sport, the UFC. But Chris' path isn't just shaped by what happens in the octagon. Team pressure,
Danny too, right?
personal rivalries, and the legacy of his father
Dad's got the gold.
all influence the road ahead. In the Legacy, the world reacts to your choices through commentary and social media, reinforcing key narrative beats and the growing rivalry between you and Danny Lopez. You will see this journey play out inside and outside the octagon, taking the story to new and unexpected settings. While there is a narrative and challenge behind it, this mode lets you experience the UFC journey through the eyes of a newcomer. UFC Career Mode is where you take control and chase greatness on your terms. Here you can continue Chris Carter's story, start building a new UFC legacy with a created fighter, or as your favorite athlete. With 10 times as many choices as UFC 5, Career Mode allows you to feel the weight of every decision you make. Offering dynamic choices through social media or text, your decisions can affect everything, from skill points, fans, cash, attributes, hype, fitness, and more. Risk-reward moments that can directly impact the course of your journey now play out through new dice roll outcomes. We have ensured that putting together a strong camp and building momentum results in high-impact gameplay rewards, including boosts to flow state. The new career hub and weekly agenda are clearer, doing a better job of grounding you in the week-to-week rhythm of UFC life, with a cleaner view of your next event, your progress, and how hype and fitness can shape the fight ahead. Learn a Move is a new feature that replaces Invite a Fighter, giving players a more streamlined way to expand their moveset. You can also still chase some of the biggest moments in the sport, like becoming a 2-division champion and fighting for and defending the BMF belt. Career Mode's new focus on dynamic narratives, randomized outcomes, and fighter management mean it's never felt more like being an actual UFC fighter.
Hall of Legends is built on one of the big ideas behind UFC 6. Every fighter has a story. This is a new mode for the franchise, containing 3 interactive halls focused on Alex Pereira, Max Holloway, and Weili Zhang. Each hall gives players a chance to explore the cultures, histories, and defining fights that shape them into the athletes fans know today. This immersive mode celebrates these fighters, while giving players a closer look at the stories behind their rise. To ensure each experience was authentic, we worked with cultural advisors throughout development to make sure the featured environments and objects stayed true to both the athlete and culture being represented. In Hall of Legends, you explore culturally inspired spaces celebrating each athlete's history. As you move through these halls, you learn more about their journey and background through interactive videos, authentic props, and cultural artifacts. Inside each hall, there is also a selection of Max, Alex, and Weili's iconic fights, where you see what led up to those fights before seamlessly jumping into the most pivotal part. Inside these fights are a series of objectives to hit, each one representing key moments, exchanges, and strategies. By completing these fight objectives, you unlock rewards tied to the experience, giving you something meaningful to earn and carry through into further gameplay. This is where your journey goes beyond the octagon. The gym is your personal fight factory, where collecting, coaching, competing, and customization all come together. This is a new, lighter progression system where you can recruit, train, and customize fighters across the roster while earning fighter-specific rewards and vanity items. While it doesn't affect gameplay, it is another way to show loyalty and fandom.
Across all these experiences, UFC 6 expands what a UFC game can be. And there is even more to discover, from crossplay and improved onboarding to new accessibility options, all detailed further in our game blog. However you play, UFC 6 gives you a stronger sense of progression, a more personal connection to your journey, and new reasons to stay invested beyond the octagon.